Today I've got a 2008 Toyota Tacoma short bed, and I am going to show you guys how a 255/85/16 fits in the factory spare location up under the bed. So I just got back from Costco, so these have a total of about 10 miles on them, and fitting it up in here, you can see if you've got the factory hitch, there's a little bit of gap. It's enough that you can get a hand up in here. And over here we've got this here happens to be my rear leaf spring, and you can kind of see that there's some good room on this side between the spring hanger. The major thing that's preventing it from moving is the exhaust here, and I wasn't planning on getting it in the groove like that or anything. It just kind of did that on its own there. Wasn't paying attention to it. I was looking at the other side when I jacked it up here. I've obviously cut off my exhaust a little bit, but that doesn't really much matter since exhaust goes out the side. As far as the exhaust itself, you can see it's actually not touching up in there, and underneath the tire here, it actually kind of sits at an angle, I've just noticed. So still up on this side, it's nice and smooth. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. It's up against there. On the other side, I think it's actually kind of perched down. Coming up to the pumpkin here, there's a little bit of room up under this. I would be really cautious if there was a lot of compression of the rear springs, like if you're carrying a heavy load or something, because that pumpkin here is going to come up and rub, and it might squish the tire in ways you don't want that to happen. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and try and move to the other side here. Okay, and so you'll notice, I'm going to move the camera here in a bit, but you'll notice here's the spring hanger on the driver's side, and it does come in contact, so that's kind of why it's not all the way to the underside of the bed on this side, is because of the way it's perched in there funny. So if I move underneath, it's actually right here is some of the tread poking into the hanger. It's not really going to cause any harm, since it's just, you know, as tight as you've gotten the tire to lift in its whatever lifter thingy. That's a technical term, by the way. Okay, swinging around. Another little view, so you can see how it's right up against there. And one of the other things to note is that on a factory, from the factory, Toyota goes and puts a brace right coming straight down, a little, you know, metal brace that keeps the factory 265 in place. I've already removed those in the hopes that all this stuff would fit together the way I wanted, but I'm not so sure. Mainly because of how this is coming in contact here, and my clearance to the pumpkin. So again, coming around to the pumpkin, you can kind of see just how close that is. You off-roaders especially, you know, if you come down off, or heck, the guys that are doing all the dune jumping, you know, having this be that close and compressing up in might not be a good thing. Let's see if I can find any other angles. Alright, I think that's just about everything I can give. Again, like I say, my main concern is how the spring hangers right there, and then the pumpkin. I guess that is all I got for you guys. Just noticed that, yeah, you'd think that this could come back a few inches and bring it back this way, but based on where that lifter thingy, the technical lifter thingy, is based, it wants to suck it towards the pumpkin, and that's why I could not get that back further. So my advice, still tire gate type stuff, bed mounting type positions, or I'll show you guys what I typically do. I just bought a bike lock and I had this as a spare thing, and just go to one of the bed cleats, you know, like that, and loop it through the center, and you just get a basic lock. And as long as you're not living in some crazy ghetto, that's worked for me so far. Alright, take care guys, and good luck.